At LabLab, we have just tested the Dreame A3 AWD Pro, and in this video, we are going to tell you what we honestly think about it. And if you are interested in this product, please note that we have put a link with its best price just below this video. This robot lawnmower weighs 24 kilograms, an extremely high weight for this type of product. Fortunately, it features two side handles, which makes it a bit easier to handle. It is also certified IPX6, which means it resists rain and sprays from a garden hose. One of the special features of this high-end model is that it has four-wheel drive. Under its structure, there are two all-terrain cogged wheels at the back, two omnidirectional wheels at the front, and not one, but two cutting discs with 3 blades each. On top of the robot, there is a stop button that allows it to be stopped in an emergency if needed. When you lift its cover, you find a control panel with a color screen. There are also 4 buttons to turn the device on, make it return to its station, start a cut, or return home, and a dial to navigate the menu. It is also on top of the device that its LiDAR and rain sensor are located. Finally, at the front, there are its AI cameras which it uses to find its way in space, as well as an auxiliary light to see when it gets dark. To secure the robot, you must enter a PIN code on its control panel during the very first startup. This code prevents access to settings and blocks the system if it is moved or restarted. The A3 AWD comes with a charging station and its power cable. This cable offers a length of 10 meters, which is practical for plugging it in. The station benefits from the same IPX6 certification as the robot, so it can withstand rain without any problem. In order to fix this station to the ground, pegs and a hex key are included in the package. A kit of 18 spare blades is also provided. A quick start guide explains the steps to follow to set up the robot. As there is no RTK antenna to place in addition to the station, installation is extremely fast. You just need to fix the station to the ground and place the device on it, which takes about 15 minutes. In terms of maintenance, you just need to wipe the robot's sensors from time to time to keep them clean and change the cutting disc blades every 2 months. Finally, please note that there is a 3-year warranty on this model, which is reassuring regarding its durability. That is it for the design. Now let's move on to the features. When turning on the robot for the first time, you must pair it with the Dreame Home application. And to perform the available software updates, it needs to receive the Wi-Fi signal from your home well. This version of the A3 AWD Pro is designed for very large lawns up to 3,500 square meters. It therefore features Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and 4G to connect to your smartphone and the internet. Dreame offers 1 year of access to 4G data. After this trial period, it costs around €50 to renew the annual subscription. This connection service includes geolocation, control via the application when the robot is out of Wi-Fi range, and notifications if the robot leaves the designated area, which protects against theft. This subscription is obviously not mandatory. Bluetooth is used for short-distance interactions such as manual control. Wi-Fi allows for complete management via the Dreame Home application, but it must be received at least up to the station, not necessarily throughout your entire garden. The robot can perform the first mapping automatically by detecting the boundaries, or you can do it manually by guiding the device along the edges of your lawn. Via the application, you can add zones, merge them, divide them, or delete them. You can also create access paths and no-go zones. It is possible to create 2 separate maps with customized mowing schedules, or even download a 3D version of the map. The robot can be started to mow the entire lawn. A specific zone if you have created multiple zones, just the edges, or specific points within a zone. You can also control it manually via the application, as if it were a remote-controlled car. The Dreame Home application also allows you to choose the mowing efficiency between standard, efficient, and accelerated. It is possible to schedule mowing for certain days and certain hours. As for the cutting height, it is adjustable between 3 and 10 centimeters, either via the application or via the robot's control panel. During its operation, you can track the robot live on the application, and you can even see through its camera. The A3 AWD Pro offers many safety features: parental control, protection against rain, against frost, the lifting alarm, the out-of-map alarm, etc. Note that it also features AirTag compatibility. During our tests, rain detection unfortunately did not work when we poured water on the robot with a watering can. The device continued its task without returning to the station or sending a notification. As for the lifting alarm, it did ring, but we found its volume too low. Now let's move on to the concrete results with our performance tests. When we started our trials, the mapping of our lawn was done quite easily in the application, despite the complexity of the terrain. We completed a first zone automatically, then 2 other zones manually. In manual mode, the maneuverability and power of the A3 AWD Pro were impressive, with remarkable handling of slopes and terrain irregularities. To evaluate the cutting performance of the device, we first carried out a first mowing at a height of 6 centimeters using the standard efficiency mode. The result was good. The navigation was quite methodical and the cut uniform. However, the edge mowing was not optimal, which is a pity at this price. We took the opportunity to test its ability to avoid obstacles by placing a sock, a plush rabbit, and a ball in its path. It successfully detected and avoided all obstacles, even the sock, which is yet often ignored by the robot mowers we test. We continued our trials with a second mowing of the same zone, choosing a cutting height of 3 centimeters. Once again, the lawn ended up very uniform, and the navigation was precise and smooth, but we were still not satisfied with the results on the edges. We therefore launched a third mowing in edges mode. Unfortunately, the results were still not perfect. In our terrain configuration, we have 2 mowing zones, a main first one of 26 square meters, very flat and simple, and a second more complex one at the back of raised vegetable beds. We checked if the device could indeed climb slopes with a 45% incline or 24 degrees, moving from Zone 1 to Zone 2. Theoretically, it is supposed to be able to handle extreme slopes up to 80% and physical obstacles up to 5.5 centimeters high. In fact, it managed to navigate all by itself to the back of the second zone. We were also able to make it navigate manually in the narrow alleys between the raised vegetable beds. To put this 4-wheel drive robot to an even greater test, we created a third zone in a wilder area of the garden that is only accessible via a steep slope. After mapping it, we carried out a first manual mowing. The robot proved to be very impressive. It never got stuck even when facing very high grass or even brambles. We sent it back to its station, then started an automatic mowing of this third zone. This time, a few difficulties arose. We had to unblock it once between Zone 2 and Zone 3 because it could not climb up. After repositioning it at the bottom of the slope, it managed the climb alone. Inside our third zone, navigation was more complex because of the terrain irregularities, but it ended up managing without help. And when returning to the station, we again had to unblock it on a steep slope. Overall, this robot mower is therefore capable of handling very complex terrains, but it keeps certain limits in automatic operation. To finish with its performance, note that it is very quiet when moving. The mowing noise is almost imperceptible. Finally, let's end this test by evaluating the battery life. The Dreame 3 AWD Pro 3500 has a 7,500 mAh lithium-ion battery, which allows it to cover up to 3,500 square meters of terrain according to the brand. It also indicates that in 24 hours, it can cover 2,500 square meters in standard mode, 3,500 square meters in efficient mode, and up to 5,000 square meters in fast mode. The robot is capable of mowing for 90 minutes straight before needing to recharge, and it can resume its task where it left off when its battery is full again. The full charging time is about 90 minutes, which is fast considering the capacity of its battery. And that is it for our test results. So, to summarize it all, the negative points of the Dreame A3 AWD Pro are its extremely heavy and massive format and its imperfect edge cutting even after several attempts, and the rain detection, which was not very responsive during our tests. As for the positive points, its ultra-simple installation, its good management of complicated terrains, its very good obstacle detection, its impressive battery life, and its very complete safety features. And that concludes our test. Thank you very much for watching. As a reminder, you will find the link to this product with its best price just below the video.